And so moving on for tonight, after the green jalapeno, move on to the final variety of my videos for now, unless we get some different kinds of peppers in at work. The green Serrano from Wal-Mart here in Marquette. Well, I'm in Ishpeming, but in any case, Serrano's usually a little bit hotter, though not all that much proportionate to the entire Scoville scale relative to something like a habanero, which is a huge jump up from a Serrano even. Annuum variety, just like the jalapeno, you can see a faint resemblance. They, of course, are usually more tapered than the jalapenos, more of a pointy end, but very similar color. They ripen about the same way, but they grow to be a lot smaller usually. I've seen big ones that are the size of jalapenos, but not very often, and they still have that tapered tip to them. So here we go, green Serrano. And they even have their own distinct flavor separate from the jalapeno, actually. I'm tasting it in close proximity, time-wise. The green ones do have a grass-like flavor to them. Maybe just the chlorophyll. But the ripe ones do have a nice fruity flavor. This one's not bad, but more use that for just add a little heat to a dish. Kind of like a Thai pepper, they'd have a little bit thicker, more waxy, like not quite plasticky, a little more waxy outer membrane. Not quite as juicy as the jalapeno. I know it's a glow in my mouth and tip of my tongue, under my tongue even, probably because I'm talking. My lip. I'm drooling quite a bit. Salivating. Ooh. Yeah. That distinct stinging sensation when I swallow. Oh, wow. Under my tongue is like right in that range. Got a nice bit of hotness going on. It's more in my tongue. Feeling a little more warm in my forehead with this one than the last one. Yeah, really hot when I swallow. Lower lip especially is glowing. Both of my lips are warm, but the lower lip feels like it's a little hotter. Yeah, it hasn't really happened where it's a lot more burn under my tongue than on top. The top of my tongue is burning, and so is the roof of my mouth. It's harder to tell because the throbbing sensation under my tongue is so much more pronounced. Warm in here. Not quite as much as with the jalapeno. Probably just because it's the smaller pepper. I know there's more capsaicin, but swallowing it smaller bits quicker, not necessarily gonna hit as hard in certain parts of the anatomy. Oh yeah, on the top of my tongue and the roof of my mouth are starting to catch up. Actually, the top of my tongue now is overtaking the bottom. That didn't last very long on the underside of my tongue. It's still hot, and I can feel throbbing, but even my lips are taking over the sensation from the bottom of my tongue. Overall, oh yeah, feel myself sweating. Whew. A little more. Okay. Clear my nasal passages here if you'll excuse me. Yeah, my lips are quite warm now. Yeah, I feel tightness in my skin on my face, and I'm warm on my forehead and faint sweating. Nothing that I can, feel the moisture, but I can feel. And then when my hair feels damp, roof of my mouth, especially behind my front teeth, burning quite a bit. Tip of my tongue. Not really anything going on in the throat. And same with here, it's almost gone anywhere in my torso. Mainly just my lips are burning. Taking special note of the bottom lip. Roof of my mouth near the back, or near the front rather, behind my front teeth, burning a bit. Top of my tongue. Top towards the front and the tip of my tongue are burning a bit. Nice. A little bit more than a glow, I would say. It's hot. It's definitely not just a warmth. You can tell that these are hotter than jalapenos, definitely. Now that I'm getting used to it and getting a sense for the different flavors and different heat levels of each one, I'm able to tell a little bit more. Yeah, definitely hot on the lips, bottom lip especially, roof of my mouth, and my top of my tongue, both really warm, especially when I breathe out. You can feel the hot. Yeah, it's definitely the top of my tongue where it's still throbbing a little bit more than anywhere else. Corners of my lips, it's more concentrated on now with the lips burning. Lips are still glowing a bit, but at the corners it's a little bit more so. Calming down. It's still, especially if I rub my tongue on the roof of my mouth, I can feel the warmth a lot more. Seems like capsaicin increases my temperature sensitivity. Cold feels way colder. Hot feels a lot warmer. Yeah, faint. Now that the rest of my mouth is coming down, faint, like a pinpoint stinging. Very faint and very small localized areas. About the best analogy I can come up with in my throat. Like right in here. But it's not. It's faint tickling almost when I swallow. Roof of my mouth, again near the front, it's that same area. Still feels a little warm. But it's pretty calm now. In conclusion, green Serranos from Wal-Mart, good. Held up in the fridge really well. They don't hold up that well at work. Just kept them in a baggie. Sometimes I keep it open to ventilate it if I see any condensation in the bags that I keep my peppers in. I picked out good ones right from the start. For the most part, some of them ended up getting moldy anyway. But green Serrano from the Walmart here in Marquette. Good. Got its own unique flavor, distinct from the jalapeno definitely, and distinct from other annuum varieties. I found the poblanos, the Anaheims, taste a lot more like a bell pepper, almost identical actually, especially the poblanos compared to the other, like the jalapeno and Serrano and the Thai peppers. All have a slightly different, excuse me, different flavor. This one, yeah, had its own flavor, and the more ripe ones I've had do have a fruity like flavor, and they're really good. So yeah, but if you don't like hot stuff, I'd definitely take these a little more seriously. They're quite a bit of step up compared to the jalapeno, although compared to a lot of other peppers that there are available, these are pretty tame still. But definitely hot, and sensation lasts for quite a few minutes, and was concentrated on my tongue, especially on the top and the tip and the roof of my mouth right near my back teeth. Kind of feels numb almost right there, right now. Not really anything in the throat or in the sternum or in the chest area. Yeah, really good heat, but not too overwhelming for my tastes anymore. Again, if you don't like all that spicy food, obviously I wouldn't recommend chomping a full one of these peppers, but they're still really good and got a good heat if you want something a little bit hotter than a jalapeno. So yeah, green Serranos from Walmart. Good.